was constructed in layer of giant wings.
What was that horrible one that you showed me that you made me do?
Oh,
the dragon pose?
dragon flags.
Oh, dragon flags.
We did that once. We haven't really done that more than.
Let's keep it that way. I don't like them.
This is Daniel, and this is Joe. Joe is a personal trainer. Dan is not. Joe set Daniel a challenge to gain as much muscle as possible over the course of 6 months. Let's do this! We started basic. We added some harder stuff. And we added some death. Some things were easy. Some things were hard. Some things nearly broke me. But I kept chirpy. We are now at 2 months. We are going to be documenting the entire series. 2 down, 4 to go.
What are we doing now?
Well,
We didn't even answer that. Who are you?
I'm Dan.
Yeah, I'm Joe. Okay,
We
cleared
did
that.
we did that. We did
No,
do that.
you didn't. We didn't say names.
I did say names.
I didn't.
We, recording. We're sitting out in the dining room. That's what this place is. I do performing arts. I'm about to start a master's in musical theatre. I'm hoping to gain some muscle for the sake of just being able to dance, you know. I need to
looking alive.
strengthen my core muscles.
Looking like an actual human.
Looking
being
like an
rather
actual
than
human being rather
a
than
bag of bones.
A bag of bones.
Walking skeleton. You know, the character from A Nightmare Before. No,
Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, Jack
Yeah.
Skellington.
Yeah. If we take that into account and make that a bit more specific, then so we were targeting body weight, strength, and muscle mass as the 3 main things that we're looking to focus on. Really, the 3 main focuses is the weights that I was
Yes.
looking to.
Yes.
Body weight.
Mhm.
Okay, starting this, we're at 56 kilos. That's
Yep.
6 foot. We'll say 6 foot. We'll round up to 6 foot. So obviously that's incredibly light. It's
Oh
basically
yes.
just
Obviously.
skin and bone, basically. So obviously we're looking to ideally get that up to around 70 kilos. What, in terms of nutrition, have we actually addressed?
I mean,
Has anything really changed? for you?
no, nothing's really changed in terms of my diet.
No.
I mean, to be fair, I used to eat. Well, I mean, I still do eat like a relatively balanced diet.
Yeah.
There's not a massive amount of like any junk food or like sweets or
No.
anything like that. You know, I'm pretty decent in terms of what I put into my gut.
Yeah.
The only difference that started at the beginning of September was you started feeding me protein shakes,
Yeah.
basically.
So it was the protein shakes that was the real difference, but that was basically because you weren't really having breakfast.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't normally eat breakfast, but that was about it.
Yeah, so we just basically introduced
And that pretty much became my breakfast. The protein shakes.
protein-rich
Yeah.
breakfast. Come 1st of October,
Yeah.
we started introducing creatine as well. Chewable tablet,
Yeah.
lemon flavoured from
Do
My
you
Protein.
want to establish to the audience a bit of info about the backstory of creatine, as it were?
No, it's on YouTube.
That's it.
The 3 main lifts that we were predominantly focusing on, so bench press, squat, and deadlifts, and then we threw pull-ups in there as another metric later on into the process.
Yeah.
Just as a bit of fun, really, just fun. Just to, obviously,
Is enduring pain and torture fun? I mean.
well, it depends on your definition of pain and torture. Oh, so yeah, obviously we were aiming to train between 3 to 4 times a week.
Yes.
We're following an upper-lower split. So that means obviously on the upper days we're training upper body, shock horror. That includes bench press, pull-ups, and then we threw in other accessory exercises around those 2, working the same muscles or working smaller muscles that don't necessarily get worked as much in the bench press and the pull-ups. For example, bent over rows or lateral raises is another one.
Yes.
Oh, then obviously for the lower body days, squats and deadlifts are the two mainstays. You'll find that in those two in near like 95% of all the workouts that we did, lower body workouts. And then we threw in the odd ab workout here and there. We didn't associate that with either day. We basically just kind of threw it in there when we needed to.
Well, when you felt like it, really.
Yeah. So I'd normally only throw it in if we had an easy upper day or easy lower day. So on the easier day, I'd just throw in a few little ab exercises to do at the end. Oh yeah, so and then the third metric that we're focusing on is muscle mass. So obviously, hopefully, we would see an increase of that if our body weight is going up and our strength is going up.
Yeah.
We'd also see that our general muscle mass go up as well, and we'll see that later in the video.
You really weren't underselling
it when I said that you were, what's his name, Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
But you can see in that before video that we did that there was literally nothing to you.
Yeah.
And we'll revisit that video and compare it to 2 months on. So we're 2 months on now. 2 months into it, we're aiming with the cut-off point is 6 months, but ideally we'd be continuing our training further than that. We're just seeing what's basically physically possible without altering your life drastically. Just adding in training regimen to follow
over the course of 6 months.
I need some way of bullying him. So, this is a socially acceptable form of bullying.
How is it that Mum described you being a PT? You're now being paid to bully people.
Yeah. So obviously we said about the three main lifts that we were focusing on. All compound lifts: bench press, squats, deadlifts, and they're relatively easy to you see strength increases, especially in someone who is untrained, which you were. So here we can see that you're struggling. So we've got 40 kilos on the bar there, and you can see there's no control there. Our hands are a little bit narrow, so we could have maybe taken the arms out a little bit, but there's no control there, no stability in the arms. And this is another round. Obviously we're trying to take it down to the chest because you had a real problem with finding that sweet spot where you get it down to your chest and back up. Like sometimes you're going way too low down the torso, sometimes you're trying to choke yourself out around your neck.
Well, actually, I don't think I ever brought it up to my neck simply just to avoid that.
Yeah. But you can see that we're struggling with the 40 kilos there. So here we have squats. Again, we've only got 30 kilos on the bar here because this was literally one of the first squat sessions that we actually did. You did your little annoying shuffle that we're trying to get rid of.
Every day we shuffling, Joe.
So you can see you're actually quite comfortable with the 30 kilos on your back, but I didn't want to, as I said, you're untrained, so I don't want to throw you in the deep end, getting you lifting as heavy as you possibly can. That's why we've not gone with 1 rep maxes, because I don't want to throw you in the deep end, get you lifting as heavy as you can, and then you get injured in the first month.
Because that's not really helpful for anyone.
Well, it's basically makes this whole thing pointless.
Yeah.
So we've ramped it up now. Recently, we're a few months in, to the point where we can start lifting pretty much much close to our max, which has gone up because we've been training. We've increased the weight here to 40 kilos.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 5s on one side and then a 10 on the other side because I was a fool and only ordered 1 10-kilo plate. How do you feel about how do you feel about squats now?
I mean, squats I feel are the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
In all honesty, yeah.
Well, you've got quite good mobility in your hips and your knees, and more specifically your ankles.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of annoying that it's the easiest thing to do because you get me doing like as
Heavy
much
weight.
as I can with them,
Yeah,
and because I've got such good mobility, you get me down as low as I can go,
Yeah.
which is also kind of annoying because
Well,
it makes it harder.
But you're also complaining, even here, when it's only 30, 40 kilos in the back, that it's hurting, not hurting your back, where
My
it's
bones.
resting your on your bones,
On my
it's hurting your bones.
My bones is
Um,
aching.
But do you still get that now, or?
Oh no! I think I've built up some calcium on my bones from like.
Are you sure about that?
What's it
I
called
don't
when it like
agree
builds
with
up
that.
layers? It's built up some layers.
I
and
don't
it's
think-
like, I've
You've
got
just built muscle and more of a resistance to the pain there.
okay.
That's,
well,
that's all. You're
that's-
not put on calcium or whatever.
Well, no,
you said.
I know, but like I was like I've added like I've thickened my. I feel like I've thickened my bones in some way, shape, or form.
So yeah, you can see there that, ignoring that completely, you can see there that the squats, even then with the 40 kilos, looked quite comfortable. I reckon we could have probably taken it to 50, but like I said, I didn't want to throw you in the complete deep end.
Yeah.
Also, we had deadlifts afterwards, so I didn't want to kill you off because, as I said, you're untrained. Especially when we start. We're only 2 months in now, and the improvements are incredible from where I'm standing. We could have taken up to 50 realistically, maybe even 60 at an absolute push, but we wouldn't have been getting many reps out of 60, if any. Moving on to the deadlifts, you can see again form is not there. It's not bad. But it's so much better towards the end. And we started in sumo just for that leg development and that leg drive.
Apparently, so I hear on the streets, in the.
We're in a lockdown, Dan. You shouldn't be on the streets.
word around the gym life, as it were, is that sumo lifts are considered cheating. Is that? I mean, do you feel?
I disagree with that cheating, but they are more efficient at. In a sense, I mean, the way we're doing it, I would not necessarily agree with that. Like, when you've got your legs out in basically a split stance, and then you're lifting the weight, it's kind of a little bit cheating. You're still lifting the weight at the end of the day. The way we're doing it here, where our legs are outside of the grip of the arms, there's not much difference in terms of a regular deadlift versus a sumo deadlift.
Yeah.
It's just this, I think, is a easier pattern, a movement pattern for people to get their head around. And yeah, I didn't want to throw a load of different movements at you straight away. So it's quite similar to a squat pattern when you're doing it like that. Whereas a regular deadlift is, in my opinion, quite different in terms of the muscles being used and the proportion of strength as well.
Yeah.
So obviously you need more strength in your back when you're, especially lower back, when you're lifting it as a regular deadlift, because you're putting more force through it, because your hips will be higher. Whereas the sumo, you can get your hips down, and because we've got fairly good mobility, we can get our hips right down, keep our chest nice and high, and just drive our hips forward and up.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And then there's me showing off.
Just ridiculous. There's you saying, well done, you're done. There's me coming to the camera. I'm so broken.
97, 98, 99, 100. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, links to our socials are over there. Links to my online coaching services over there. And with that, I'll catch you in the next one.